Welcome to the Personal Development Mastery Podcast. I am Agi Keramidas and my mission is to inspire you to grow, stand out and take action towards the next level of your life. I interview leaders, authors, successful entrepreneurs, spiritual teachers, exceptional people who will inspire you to improve your life. Tune in for 2 episodes each week and make sure you subscribe to get them as soon as they are released. Welcome to episode 165. And so this is a super quick announcement style podcast. I have been thinking of making some changes to the podcast. So for a year and a half now, I have followed the format of 2 interviews a week, basically. And if you've listened to the podcast a few times, you probably are aware that I am a proponent of actionable items, of distilling this knowledge, the inspiration, the aha moments, and converting them into action, into something that one can implement, integrate into their life or into their daily routine. So over the time I have realized, having interviewed over 100 people now, that a very large proportion of this knowledge is still not implemented. And I'm talking personally for me, because there were things that when I had the original interview with my guest, I thought to myself, wow, this is absolutely fantastic. It's an action that I can take myself. However, I will say very honestly that many of these actionable items went forgotten. I believe that in this era that we live in, there is no lack of information. We are drowned in information. What is lacking is not that, it is the implementation. The wisdom is what we are starving for, that distillment of the information into transformation, really. And I realized that, having spoken with these exceptional people, that there is a lot of information in the podcast, knowledge, actionable items, aha moments, mistakes to avoid, some really important elements that one can use and step on the shoulders of giants, as Isaac Newton said. So converting this knowledge into something that is more practical, actionable, something that can be taken and implemented, is something that I wanted to do for a long time. And that brings me to the announcement for this episode, which involves how the podcast will be presented from now on, for the foreseeable future anyway. So, as you probably know, the podcast has 2 episodes a week, Monday and Thursday. So, starting next week, every Monday's episode will be as before, a conversation, an interview of an intriguing, exceptional individual who has a story and learnings and knowledge that can inspire us if we relate to the context of information, and we can use it to take action towards improving, towards growing. Thursday's episodes from now on will be different. So they will have a distillation of the very important action points and knowledge points that I was talking about earlier. So my intention is to revisit the previous episodes of the podcast and present the main topics, the main lessons, aha moments, the main implementations that one can take away and use. In other words, Thursday's episodes will be consolidation episodes. And I'm saying consolidation as much for me as for you who finds the content interesting, intriguing. Repetition is the mother of skills, and repeating the knowledge, we absorb it to an extent that we can convert it into action, to something that we will actually implement in our life. So that's Thursday's episode coming from next week. And if you enjoy listening to the podcast, I will ask for a favor. Go to personaldevelopmentmasterypodcast.com and send me a message via the link that you will find there, either a voice message or a text message. I would love to find out your struggles on personal development, the factors that keep you from converting the information into implementation, or any general feedback or comment that you might have for the podcast or for me. I appreciate that very much, and I look forward to receiving your comments. So this is the message I wanted to share with you today. On the next episode, on Monday, I will have an amazing guest for you with some incredible learnings. So that's it for me. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, stand out, don't fit in.